Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Taking another look here at Solana. Really appreciate you liking and following. If you could help us grow the community, really appreciate that. Also appreciate you jumping over to our Blofin exchange here. It's a new exchange that we're partnered with there. They do offer this little trial fund until November 20th. Try it out, see if you like it. It's a fantastic exchange from what I've used from it, and it's mainly just an exchange that we're bringing to our community because we need to have more KYC, or no, more exchanges available that do not require KYC or VPN. Because again, a lot of my folks or viewers are watching in the US and Canada. So just heads up on that. What we're going to do, though, we're going to talk a little bit about this liquidity sweep here. We're going to just check the backend data here too for Solana and just quickly understand the heat map situation and just recognize big picture. So if you are new to the channel, thank you so much again for watching. Really appreciate you liking, following, and subscribing as well. So let's go ahead and clean up the charts here, start with a little fresh guy, and see what's going on. So first of all, we can see we've been retesting this level. We swept that upper liquidity level here recently. It wasn't a large sweep because if we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, we've got roughly half of that swept. So would not be surprised we see one more sweep before the price pulls back, just to wipe out some of those shorts, but also potentially sweep a lot of shorts and continue to maintain that as a new support. One of those two scenarios are very likely to occur. Because again, we're still honoring this ascending trend. We got to recognize that. But if we look at the backend data, this is where things get interesting to me. This is the last 12 hours of liquidation. What this basically tells us is that these are all positions where the liquidation levels will occur at these levels. In other words, we have a decent amount of accumulation at this $44 mark. Then of course the 42 for the longs. So longs price comes down lower, we'll see longs get swept down there. But there's a lot more shorts in the market in the last 12 hours than ever before. Okay. That leads me to believe they think that there's going to be a strong resistance at that price point. $44 is a point of contention. We've talked about that. We zoom out a little bit though, and we take a look at the last 7 days, things shift a little bit more. We got, again, more so at $45 mark for the last, this is last 7 days. And then of course we have roughly $38 as that support. Okay, so it's between 38 and 45. The reason why that's interesting, though, is because we can see that there's a lot more folks in profit at this lower level here than there is up here. So it'd make perfect sense for the price to get swept that last little bit before it pulls back. Last but not least, we take a look at the larger time frame. We can kind of see the largest amount of accumulation, roughly $37. Second most is right about 28. Okay, so we look at the charts and we can kind of see here, $37 is this point here. This is that support level based on a previous resistance where the price action had difficulty crossing, consolidated, and ramped up and never looked back. Okay, oftentimes an area in which the price will come back to sweep. Okay, so keep in mind we got some fair value in that lower level, but also a decent amount of liquidity above. Both areas are typically going to be collected and removed. All right, so I got the question earlier. What's a liquidity sweep? Well, it's pretty much just a focused area of liquidity where the price action wicked up here. There's a lot of folks here at late longs, if you will. They like to be able to sweep that before the price pulls back because it's just an easy way to be able to get the price action up there. They take a lot of small orders and it works its way up and effectively pulls back immediately once that's swept. So it's best to just look up a liquidity sweep, go ahead and do a search and find out. Well, the truth is that's a very common place to be retested, especially when we have this bullish momentum. It makes much more sense for that level to get hit before the price pulls back. Again, just kind of a consideration there. So is it a guarantee? No, but let's look at the larger time frames and see if there's anything else, any proof in the pudding, as they say, to identify if there's any kind of potential there. The thing I don't love here, and this is just another reason why I think a pullback would make sense in the near future, the money flow index is coming down. RSI is staying the same. Well, I mean, it's tapering off. It is somewhat of a hidden bearish divergence where the price is going up and the RSI is going down. It's not dropping significantly, but it is going down, and the money flow index is coming down with it. So the average of the last 14 days of trading, we see less average now today than we did a week ago. If that makes sense. Okay, so what that means for us here is that this ascending trend is still holding, but we're going to have to find out here soon if it's going to hold or if it's going to break out. It makes sense again to sweep the liquidity and come back down, but that's just again my personal opinion. It could very well just come down or never look back. All right, again, this coin is extremely strong. So just bear in mind, this in combination with the fundamentals with Polkadot, it's important to recognize that this is, it's going to sustain itself unless Bitcoin has a massive correction. So I don't think that we're going to see the price pull back tremendously. If it does, once again, these are the levels that we want to look at. Actually, no correction. I think they're on the daily. Once more, 0.382, 0.5, and 0.618. These are the three common areas in which we see the price action retrace to. Okay, so really, really common areas. I'll send this out on my playout chart just so you can kind of see. I don't think we're going to see these levels hit, but it's just good and important to be mindful of those 3 levels, just because it's something that's relevant. But if we do take a look at the 4-hour time frame, this is kind of reiterating the fact that it does want to sweep to the upside rather, because we have seen 2 higher highs and a higher low, or 2 higher lows rather. This is our next higher low, implying that we should be able to see the price action establish one more higher high. Again, Elliott Wave is not a guarantee, but it is a statistical probability that it could occur, and it oftentimes does. Again, to me, 70-80% likelihood of that happening, so I do feel like we should see this one more little push up here before the price pulls back. Just kind of feeling like that. Other than that, let's see here. The last thing we want to maybe take a peek at is the hourly. Let's quickly identify each Shimoku cloud and just kind of see what's going on here, because this is one of those indicators I truly do love using, and it does give us some bullish confirmation, but it doesn't tell us we want to take a long right now. Okay, it really tells us that this push has come to an end. Conversion line in the baseline are intersecting. At the lagging span is touching the price action. Those are 2 signs not to consider taking a long, even though we are above this moving average cloud here. Okay, so again, confirming bullish behavior, check. Volume coming down, also check. RSI tapering off as well. So again, all those things kind of put together, with the exception of some upper liquidity levels here that could still be swept, the price action makes much more sense to pull back. But once more, you do got to recognize we are establishing higher highs and higher lows. This is a potential breakout pattern. You could even argue that this is somewhat of a, a bear flag pattern, where the price comes up, does one of these, and then comes back down. But in most cases, when the price is coming from the downside, it's going to break to the upside. Okay? Statistically more probable. So again, I still think we're going to see a little bit of a quick sweep before the price pulls back. All this is contingent on Bitcoin either having a regular day today or a terrible day. Bitcoin has a bad day, Solana will correct itself. Okay? Keep in mind, most all coins will. Again, a lot of that has to do with Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price being high, and that alts are going to suffer in the relative near future if Bitcoin drops below a certain point. Just like to preface and let people know that. So anyways, that's everything there. Easy as pie, right? Just clear as mud, as they say. I hope this made sense. If you would like more information or you want to become a better trader, again, Crypto Cash Premium, link down below for that. We are having limited amount of availability soon, just because I want to have more one-on-one time with my members. I think it's important. But if you want to just check out my trading academy and see how the signals treat you, check it on out. We got some awesome profits here, consistently rolling through. So be sure to check that out. And obviously, if you haven't yet, check out this Blofin partnership there. Mainly because we want to offer no KYC, no VPN options to our members, and that's available here. They give you some trial funds to use between now and November 20th if you decide to register. All right, folks. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.